Hey, happy Sunday. I'm out in the woods where my church is, enjoying a nice day hike with just a day pack on and nothing more, and no bow, just walking, trying to get some miles in. Bo and I did 10 miles yesterday at Red Top Mountain, and I found this really cool local trail here in Cartersville, Georgia, called Cooper's Furnace Trail. And it's like about an 8-mile loop. So it should be a nice, half day or so, moderate type trail. Looking forward to it. Just taking it all in. It's a really nice trail. It's quiet. I did hear some folks riding bikes down below. I think that's the Pine Mountain Trail. But so far so good. I really need the solitude today. So I'm out here grabbing it. So I wanted to stop for a second and tell you that every step you take on any trail, you have to take with extreme caution, and you have to think about slipping and sliding and not planting your feet correctly. So this is what we call a rock hop. So we're gonna go over this creek by stepping on these different rocks to get on the trail. But a rock hop is not always possible, so you will get your feet wet. So trail runners are much better than boots from that perspective. They dry much faster. So on the last hike that I did at Black Rock Mountain with all that elevation, I came home with a couple injuries. The first was really just front of knee pain, also known as runner's knee or IT band tightness syndrome, whatever. Easy enough to roll that out, stretch it out, and get some relief there. But also had a soft tissue injury at the top of my pelvis on the left side only. And whenever I turn my body, my torso, or step my left foot across my midline, that whole area just lights up. So I'm on some steroids to quell all that inflammation and discomfort. So hence why I'm just doing a day hike with a day pack on until that's fully healed. And the orthopedic doctor asked me, he said, I really don't have an explanation as to why that particular area is injured. It's really at the top of your pelvis is odd. So I asked him, could it be my backpack? Because that's exactly where my hip belt sits. So he's like, absolutely. So on Wednesday of next week, I'm going to an outfitter to have what's called a shakedown. That's where they take your fully packed pack and they break it apart and help you decide if you want to lighten your load in some cases or tighten up your equipment list, that kind of thing. But they can also check for making sure that my pack is fitting me properly and making sure I'm packing it correctly from a weight distribution point of view. So I'm excited to get some professional guidance from folks that help thru hikers do this all the time. So I'm excited for that. I have learned so much in this process so far, and I keep researching and listening to YouTube videos and reading on Reddit, and from everything from how to ford rivers to what kind of bathroom setup do I need to, where are the best places and resupply boxes, bounce boxes and all that. But my goal, I was just telling my BFF, my goal is hopefully I will not be surprised by much in a bad way. Hopefully I'll keep those bad surprises to a minimum. So anyway, all right, we've got another 6 miles to go. So far in my training, I started at the beginning of June. I've done about 270 miles and climbed about 48,000 plus feet in elevation. And that's really just doing weekend hikes because let's face it, I have a full-time job and that's the focus for the rest of the week. But so I think that's pretty damn good. And I'm excited for ramping up my training and increasing my mileage, steadily so I don't get injured again. But yeah, so just got to listen to your body, I found, and you're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be sore. You're going to be hurting. But, you can tell if you're tuned in, what is sore and something you can push through and what is something you need to really recognize and stop, right? So you have to be tuned into nature, but, also really tuned into your body. So just finished up the trail. My watch got paused when I stopped and I forgot to resume it. So it didn't capture about 1.5 miles or so of my hike. So that pissed me off. I hate it when stuff like that happens. But anyways, all trails said I did 7.4 miles, about 1,600 feet in elevation over about 3 hours and 20 minutes. So not bad. And I felt really good. It's good to do back-to-backs, like 10 miles yesterday, 7.5 miles today. Keep the joints lubricated, keep everything strengthening, those muscles around my knee, around my back, etc. Without a pack on is really important conditioning too. So anyway, all in all, successful trip, great weekend of hiking. I'm loving it. I'm loving the progress I'm making and all the little goals that I'm crushing on my way to that big one. It just feels great. So whenever I have down days, like I had last week, a few days in a row that were kind of down, I have to just keep in mind days like this, even though the weather's bad weather in the woods is better than any good day at work. True story. See you guys.